You can literally see the ADU, huh? Oh, so you log in.
I think we're on right now, live maybe. All right, good afternoon, everybody. This is David Tashridian from ADU1. I'm joined here today with my colleagues, Maria Rapone, I guess to my left here, and Patricia Robledo to my right. And we're going to be talking a little bit about how the various divisions that we have under the ADU1, Repipe 1, and Retrofit 1 umbrella sort of assist us in being able to complete ADU jobs in a very efficient and time-effective manner. So I'm sure you're used to seeing maybe Helen Fowler on these streams. Let me get this light out of the way here. Yeah, the glare's in the way. I don't know how to fix that. Can you get the lights there? Yeah. Oh, that's helpful. I'm sure you're used to seeing Helen Fowler on these webcasts, but she's unavailable today, so we're sort of taking over. So let's start by explaining how some of the different divisions that we have assist us in performing the ADU work and ensuring that that we can do the plumbing effectively, do the drywall, do the paint and stuff like that. So I'd like to introduce Patricia Robledo here. Patty, could you explain sort of who you are? Maybe you can take your mask off if you want. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, perfect. Alrighty then, my name's Patty Robledo. I do control the restoration mitigation division of Retrofit 1. Basically, we are Repipe 1 restoration, and we focus on diagnosing leaks, taking care of the mitigation, and handling the reconstructive work. Basically, how it can be beneficial is we respond to any types of leaks. So during the project, we are very skilled plumbers, we're very skilled constructive technicians, and we're also very skilled mitigation workers. So at any point, if something needs to be attended in an ADU matter, we have easy access to plumbers, our construction division, and our mitigation division.
Yeah, so I can give you a sort of example of how it really helps. We were on a job once, and as we were installing some of the drywall, we realized that once we opened it up and we were installing the new drywall, we realized that the existing drains were corroded and they were leaking. And what we're able to do is, even though this was after hours, it was closer to 5:30, maybe even 6. We were able to call up Patty, and she was able to send her emergency services team to address the leak. And the leak was pre-existing. You could tell because of the mold buildup that was present. So we called Patty. She dispatched a 24/7 emergency response team. They were able to clean it up, dry it up, clean up the mold, and make the plumbing repair. And what's also really nice is because we have plumbers on staff, whenever there's a plumbing issue that comes up during the ADUs, which is always, you're going to have to jackhammer the floor in order to expose the existing plumbing a lot of times to tie into it. We do that in-house, and that provides us cost-benefit savings and time savings as well, because we don't have to hire a third-party plumber to come out and take care of those issues when they do arise. So it's really nice to have Patty on board. She's been with our team for 8 years now. Believe it or not, Patty and I started out of the kitchen here in our office, and since then we've grown to having an office here of maybe 4,000 square feet. There's about 20 people in here, and it all started sort of with me and Patty. So it was really nice. So in addition to Patty, we've got Maria Rapone here. A lot of you may know Maria and may have even spoken with Maria. Maria is, I don't know.
Do it all.
She does it all.
I do it all.
Maria's also been with us for 8 years. 7 or 8 years,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And she started from, when we were at the very, very initial stages of building our business. So it's really nice. So Maria, would you please explain to our audience sort of what your position is here and what you do?
Sure. So my name is Maria Rapone. I've been with the company for about 8 years, maybe even going into 9. I've lost count already. So I handle the production team, and I also am one of the main salespersons here in the company. So I will come out, visit you at your property, explain the scope of work and what your building needs. Of course, the scope will be determined by the engineer, not me. I'm not a licensed engineer. And once that is done, we'll go ahead and assign a project manager to your project. Now, that doesn't mean that you're never going to hear from me. If you call me, I'll always be available on my cell phone, at the office. You'll always find a way to contact me to answer any questions that my other team can assist you with.
Yeah, so what's really nice about having Maria on board is that she's a problem solver. So whenever there are problems that come up for some of our clients that are even outside of the scope of the ADU, the retrofit, whatever it may be, we've always found that she's been able to figure those parts out. So if you're having any issues with planning on another part of your building that might come up during one of our projects, it's really nice that we have Maria and not only just her, but her entire staff here in the office that can really tackle your problems, take care of them, ensure that you receive the highest level of service, and make you happy. I think that's. I
think we can say that. Yeah, once you sign up with us, you actually get a lot of free services than any other project that you come about during the time that you're in contract with us. So maybe you sign up with us for retrofit or ADU. However, if you have a leak in one of your other properties or even your residential home, we'll send our restoration team. Or if you have a patch problem, we'll send our patcher. And a lot of the times we won't even charge you for it because, we like to keep all of our clients happy.
Yeah, I think that's sort of the main goal of our organization is to ensure that we provide the best customer experience that we can. And in order to do that, we've got a bunch of different services at our disposal. We've got extremely talented workers in the field, extremely talented people here in the office that can get things done, right?
We've kind of become like a one-stop shop. So we basically started, focusing on HOAs and associations. With that being so, we noticed that it's easier for landlords associations to have a one-stop shop. So from mitigation to reconstruction to ADU to retrofit, it's all under one umbrella.
Yeah, I think that's a fair way to put it, Patty. That we've realized in order to provide that excellent service that we've got to keep everything in-house. Oh, Miss Myers. Okay, I do see that Sarah has a question. So maybe instead of talking about us, and
yes.
I'll get to the meat of it.
Back to you.
All right, thank you. So I can release you guys. I'm sure you guys have stuff to do.
Yes.
So if you guys want to get back to work, thank you guys for your time.
Thank you.
All right, Sarah. Let's talk about the ADU rules. So if you want to refer back to some of the previous videos that Helen did, she goes through in great detail what the ADU rules are. But really quickly, essentially now you can add to multifamily buildings, you can add accessory dwelling units. The rule of thumb is that if you've got, let's say, for example, 12 units, you can add up to 3 additional units. So a quarter of your existing units you can add as ADUs, and then by rights, you can add another 2 detached ADUs, rules permitting. With respect to the detached ADUs, it depends on the jurisdiction that you're in. In Los Angeles, you can do a 1,200 square foot detached ADU, up to 2 of those, so 2,400 square feet. Really nice, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. In other cities, they might have a little bit more restrictive rules, bringing the size of the ADU down from anywhere between 800 to 850 square feet. That's the state's minimum. So yeah, you got an apartment building, you've got room within the footprint of your apartment building. You can add additional units there, up to 25% of the existing count, and then 2 detached units. Now I wanted to share my screen here, but it's okay. Here we go. That's perfect. To show you some of the projects that we're working on and discuss them. And some of the challenges that we've seen and how we've sort of overcome those challenges. So I will be sharing my screen now. Let's share this window here. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. This is nice. All right. So what I'm sharing here now, let's see, is a project that we're working on in Hermosa Beach. This was a very interesting project because it's like a duplex. There's an existing structure, and then there's a garage that had been previously converted into a second unit. And now what we're doing is we're putting this, as you can see, new ADU. It's going to be about 250 square feet. Seems kind of small, but it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be light, bright, open, and airy. And what we're doing is we're maximizing the available space. So because this is a duplex and a multifamily building already, we're allowed to do 2 detached units here. Unfortunately, there isn't enough room to do the detached, to do 2 detached units, but there is enough room to do the 1 detached unit, and that's what we're doing here. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. Let's zoom in here. Did that, oops, did that work? You know, let's see there we go. Oh, well, you know what? I'm having technical difficulties. I can't quite zoom in, so we'll move on. This is another interesting job that we're doing in San Pedro. At this property, we are taking, let's see here. Let's see if we can fit 1 full page. We're taking these existing garage areas. You can see there's 2 garages, 2 2-car garages right next to each other, and we're converting them into 2 studios, which is really nice because this property particularly has a lot of parking, and the owners were willing to give up these 2 spaces in order to create these 2 studios and generate some income. As you can see here in the middle of the page, or in the middle of one of these units, we have to install a cantilevered column. And this is really the only place that we can put it. And this is in order to retrofit the building as well. So there will be a column in the center of this unit here, but it's necessary in order to retrofit this building. Because this building is very large, we weren't able to incorporate the shear walls, so these exterior walls, into a retrofit to avoid using the cantilevered column. A lot of times where you've got plenty of linear space, linear footage rather on the frontage, you can avoid using cantilevered columns and just use shear walls in order to retrofit a building. I think this next page here will show a picture of the front of the building. Yeah, here we are. Oops. So we've got a picture of the front of the building. So these are the 2 garages here, straight ahead. Let me zoom in a little bit there. There we are. So you've got the garage on the right and the garage on the left. These 2 will be turned into studios. As you can see, there's what's called a diaphragm break here. So we weren't able to use the whole length of the building in order to drag the seismic load to shear walls. Instead, we're required to use a column. But even then, 1 column in this area is a very efficient design for a retrofit. I don't know if some of you might be familiar with retrofits and have seen that 1 column for a building this big is a lot of times not sufficient. That's probably because the engineer was not as experienced in the retrofitting. So we're able to get away with just 1 column. This drawing here, the elevation at the bottom, is showing essentially what the building will look like after the unit is turned into an ADU. So you can see here there's a front door on the left, another front door, and these 2 windows to provide a nice, bright, open, and airy feeling to the building. And this building is in San Pedro, but it's in a very, very nice part of San Pedro, abutting Palos Verdes. So the rent here is going to be great for the building owner. Let's go to the next page. We've got another project that we're working on. This one is in Inglewood. So here, yeah, we'll start on the second page. Here, what we're doing is taking this garage here. You can see a picture of the existing building on the left. This garage here, and we're turning it into a unit. And this is a drawing of the unit on the right here. There's an existing stairwell. We're going to have a new door and a nice, bright and open window. And we're going to take space that's been previously uninhabited, used right now as storage, and turn it into an income-producing asset. So this is sort of, I would call this the back of the building. We've also got the side of the building where you've got these 1, 2, 3 garages and this additional storage space that's reflected in the picture here as this block wall, where we're going to turn this into a nice, large 2-bedroom unit. You can sort of see how it's going to pan out here at the bottom. We've got the door here. We've got the elevation here at the bottom under the picture. We've got the door, the new windows, and you can see another window here where the existing block facade is. So this is going to be a nice, spacious unit, and we can see the units up here. So this top area here where it says ADU2 is going to be right around 400 square feet. This is where the existing garage is that you saw at the back of the building, the 2-car garage. And then down here where you had the 3-car garage and the additional storage space, we're actually turning this into a 2-bedroom, 2-bath unit. It's going to be about 600 square feet. I can tell you exactly. 644 square feet. So you got 1 bedroom to the right, 1 bedroom to the left, and you've got the living area to the center here. And that's probably the most efficient way to design these things, where you sort of enter into a living area and you've got the bedrooms flanking on either side of the living area on the right and on the left, because that way you don't have to install a hallway and use the hallway for like ambulatory area where you walk back and forth into the 2 bedrooms. You can just incorporate the hallway into the living areas like we did here. This job is actually pretty interesting. I was out here yesterday prepping, and I noticed that in this corner here, there's a lot of plumbing that has to be rerouted. Again, what's really nice is that, as Patty mentioned here, we have plumbers in-house that will be able to reroute that stuff and make it really easy to work with. I also noticed that all throughout the garage, and some of you landlords might notice this as well in your buildings, there's a lot of exposed plumbing. We're able to take that exposed plumbing and stick it into the roof not the roof rafters, but in between the roof or the ceiling joists, in order to sort of put them up there, hide them so that they're not exposed in the unit. And when they are exposed in the unit and you can't really do much about it, what we do is we build soffits and we provide access panels in those soffits in case there's ever a leak or the plumbing has to be changed out or repaired. So let's see, is there anything else in this? Oh, I don't think there is. So yeah, these are 3 of the projects that we're working on right now that I thought that would be pretty interesting to talk about. Hermosa Beach with this detached ADU here, San Pedro with these 2 garages, 4 parking spots that are being turned into these 2 new studios, and then of course Inglewood, where we have this beautiful building in a really nice and up and coming part of town that are going to be converted into living space. So yeah, those are the couple of projects that I wanted to discuss, and some of the issues that have sort of come up with respect to the plumbing. And I was wondering if there are any other questions. I know Sarah's online. I can't really see who else is online. Taking a look at the left of my monitor here. But if anyone's got any questions, you feel free to add them into the chat. And if we don't see any, I can maybe talk about some of the experiences that I've had recently with the Casita Coalition. So we're joining the Casita Coalition as a member in order to provide some of our professional insights onto the multifamily working group. And I thought that was a really great opportunity for us to get out into the let me stop sharing. Get out into the into an organization that's been lobbying the state in order to advocate for the rights of ADU owners. Now, what I understand from my first meeting with the Casita Coalition is that there are a lot of people that are trying to chip away at the ADU rules. So it's incumbent upon contractors and other engineers, architects, and other people in this field to advocate for the rights of building owners to add these ADUs. So we're taking that very seriously. We're joining the Casita Coalition in order to provide our voice. And I think we have a lot to offer to them because we've got the experience on the ground. We're hearing what's going on with the individual cities and municipalities and how right now there are so many different ways that the municipalities are interpreting the state rules. I can provide one example. The city of Torrance, for example, is only allowing you to do either attached ADUs, so the 25%, or detached, not both, whereas the city of Los Angeles is allowing you to do both. So those are some of the issues that we're going to fight to get applied uniformly across the different municipalities. And yeah, so you've got an advocate on your behalf here in me and in Helen and the rest of our staff here. So we're right at 20 minutes, and I thought that's a great place to stop it. I wanted to thank everyone out there who joined to hear us today. It's always a real blessing to have an audience, and I was really pleased that we were able to have Patty with us here and Maria with us here, so that you can see we've got a bunch of different resources at our disposal in order to assist our clients in their ADU endeavors and to provide the best service. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to call us at the office. I'm sure our telephone number is somewhere here on the internet. You can visit our website, apartmentadu.com. And until I speak to you guys next, thank you and have a great day. Goodbye.